Hello and welcome to Quizmaster Challenge, Montgomery County's own academic competition, which pits the finest minds from Montgomery County Public Schools in a lively question and answer competition. I'm your host, Joel Beidelman, and Quizmaster. Today, we welcome the two teams battling our number one seed. Richard Montgomery High School is taking on one of our wild card teams, Rockville High School, and they will be competing in a playoff match. Now, let's meet the members of the teams and their sponsors, starting with Richard Montgomery. First, we have up Sam Deutsch, 16-year-old junior in his first year on our show. Next is Samantha Reback, the captain, 17-year-old senior in her second year on our show. Next, we have Daniel Galitsky, 17-year-old senior in his second year on Quizmaster Challenge. And rounding out the squad is Josh Weaver, 17-year-old junior in his first appearance on the program. The coach for the Richard Montgomery team is Shelley Reback, a graduate of Brandeis University and Stanford Law School. She has been coaching for 3 years. The academic advisor is Herbert Edelstein. He is an undergraduate degree from University of Maryland and graduate degrees from Johns Hopkins and Carnegie Mellon. He teaches physics at RM, and this is his first year as the academic advisor for the team. Now let's meet the Rams from Rockville, our defending champions. First, we have Aaron Warasinga, 16-year-old junior in his first year on the show. Next up, Thomas Keaton, captain, 17-year-old senior in his second year on the show. Third is Jacob Spees, 16-year-old junior in his first year on Quizmaster Challenge. And rounding out the squad is Jack Berrigan, 15-year-old sophomore in his first appearance on the program. The sponsor of the Rockville team is Dr. David Goodrich, a retired climate scientist from the NOAA and has coached the Rockville team since 2001. Now, let's get started with our opening round. Our opening round is our four corners round where teams answer a block of 4 questions, scoring 20 points for each correct answer, no penalty for scoring incorrect. Our categories for today are first letter R, June 6th in history, 6 letter names, and they're adults now. Before the show, we did a coin toss, and Rockville won the toss. So let's go over to Captain Thomas, and please select your first category.
First letter R.
First letter R for your first chance at 20 points. Who was the French official during the French Revolution known as the Incorruptible, who was controversial, considered by some to champion liberty, by others as a budding dictator, and he became symbolic of the Reign of Terror?
Robespierre.
That's correct. For another 20 points. What television genre began in 1973 with a PBS show called An American Family, where a family was followed through their everyday life and has grown to include following celebrities and placing groups of individuals in unscripted, competitive situations?
Reality TV.
That's correct. What is the mnemonic device used by art teachers, which is a man's name that is an acronym for the colors of the spectrum?
Roy G. Biv.
That is correct. And to close out the category, first letter R, what theatrical show, billed as the Irish dance phenomenon, spotlights the story of Irish culture through traditional step dancing?
River dancing.
That is correct. And at the end of your first round, you stand with a score of 80 points. Now, let's move over to Captain Reback. Please select your category.
We'll take 6 letter names.
6 letter names for your first chance at 20 points. What mythological character, son of Zeus and Leto, is the god of light and sun, truth, music, poetry, and more?
Apollo.
That is correct. Next, what German mathematician and astrologer was a key figure in the scientific revolution of the 17th century, best known for his laws of planetary motion, plus made strides in the field of optics and laid the foundation for integral calculus?
Kepler.
That's correct. For 20 points. What is the name of the American author best known for her novel Little Women and its sequels?
Alcott.
That's correct. And to wrap up, 6 letter names. Who is the country singer, the first to wear long, braided hair, who had occasional collaborations with Waylon Jennings, and whose hits include Always on My Mind, Mama Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys, and On the Road Again?
Willie Nelson.
Nelson.
That is correct.
Oh, nice.
At the end of your first category, you stand with a score of 80 points. Now,
give them their
Captain,
adults.
you have the opportunity to select the next category for Rockville High School.
We'll give them their adults now.
Oh, they are adults now. Let's go. So
I
we
know a
move
lot of
over.
adults.
All of these questions are about celebrities who reached the age of majority 18 or will reach 18 this year.
Oh, good.
All right?
All right.
Kind of like yourself. Here's our first 20-point question. Who is the Canadian pop singer best known
Bieber.
for his album My World 2.0? With
Bieber.
the single Baby and concert movie Never Say Never.
Bieber.
Bieber, that is correct. Next, who is the award-winning actress who has appeared in such films as I Am Sam, The Secret Life of Bees, The Cat in the Hat, Caroline, and most recently as Jane, the Volturi, in the Twilight Saga movies?
Dakota Fanning? Yeah, Dakota Fanning?
That is correct. What actor who has appeared in many Disney Channel programs as well as movies is best known for his role as Rico in the Hannah Montana series?
Oh, man. That guy. I have no idea. No.
Moses Arias. And to finish off the category on They're Now Adults, who is the country singer who was the runner-up on last season's American Idol, whose first album, Wildflowers, contains her 2 hits to date, Like My Mother Did and Georgia Peaches?
Yeah. I have no answer.
Laura Elena.
Good, we didn't pick that.
At the end of your second
Had the
round,
last one.
Rockville stands with a score of 120. Now we move over to June 6th in history with RM.
D-Day.
For a chance at 20 points. June 6, 1944 was D-Day, on which Allied forces began the largest amphibious military operation in history by landing troops on what beach in France?
Normandy.
That is correct. For another 20 points. What NBC newswoman celebrating her 40th birthday on June 6th of this year is the news desk anchor on the Today Show and has won numerous awards, including groundbreaking Latina in Media from the National Association of Latina Leaders?
Vieira.
No. Morales.
That is correct.
Oh, nice.
On June 6, 1889, a fire destroyed the entire downtown section of what largest city in northwestern United States, which would eventually become the birthplace of Jimi Hendrix
Seattle,
and
Washington.
Starbucks coffee?
Yeah.
Seattle.
That is correct. And to close out the category, June 6 in history, the Revenue Act of 1932 established the first tax of 1 cent per gallon on what fuel, which is projected to reach a price of $4 to $5 per gallon by the end of this year.
Gasoline.
Gasoline, that is correct. And that's the end of our Four Corners round. Currently, Richard Montgomery leading the way with 160 points. Rockville right behind, 120. We now move to our 10-point toss-up round. Players bring in if you're answer, you get 10 points for each correct answer. No penalty for answering incorrectly. However, the other team will get to hear the question in its entirety. Okay, players, hands on buzzers, let's begin. For 10 points, our first up-for-grab question is on authors. Who was the British author who wrote The Time Machine?
Rockville, Keating.
Wells.
That's correct. Now a 10-pointer on world history. As the homeland of Donatello, Da Vinci, and Machiavelli,
Richard Montgomery.
Italy. Italy.
Italy, that's correct. Question 3 for 10 points on sports. The International Olympic Committee has reinstated 2 sports for the 2016 Olympics. One is rugby. What is the other sport, which has not been part of the games since 1904?
Rockville, Berrigan.
Women's boxing?
That is incorrect. And whose leading players?
I thought it was over.
What do you think it is?
Golf.
Golf.
That is correct.
Oh, nice.
The leading player includes Roy McIlroy, Steve Stricker, Phil Nicholson, Tiger Woods. Question number 4. Our next question is a visual question on the cinema. The final episode in the Star Wars series, Episode 6, was Return of the Jedi. Look at the monitor. In the order of their episode numbers, arrange the other 5 Star Wars
Rockville.
movies.
Episode numbers, so it's Phantom
Okay.
Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back.
That is correct. Next question. Our next topic is food. For 10 points, chicken and other types of poultry are classified by the U.S. Department of Agriculture as white meat. But not so far, what other meat product, which has successfully advertised itself as the other white meat?
Rockville, Berrigan.
Okay. Pork?
That is correct. Our next 10-point toss-up is on our 50 states. The first state to grant voting rights to women.
Richard Montgomery, Deutsch.
Wyoming.
That is correct. We're halfway through the 10-point toss-up round. Let's take a quick break and look at our score. Currently, Richard Montgomery leading the way, 190. Rockville right behind, 150. Let's continue with the 10-point toss-up with this question on inventions. The first telegraph line was funded by Congress to demonstrate Samuel Morse's
Rockville, Keating.
Yeah. Telegram.
That's incorrect. The first telegraph line was funded by Congress to demonstrate Samuel Morse's new invention by sending a message in 1844 between what two cities?
Richard Montgomery, Weaver.
Sure.
Yeah, New York and DC.
Sure.
You say it. New York and DC.
That's incorrect. Washington and Baltimore.
Uh-huh.
Is the answer we're looking for.
Yeah.
Check the monitors, players, for the 10-point math question. Give me your answer as.
Richard Montgomery, Gillespie.
A squared b to the 8th.
That's correct. Question 9 for 10 points on the Constitution. Which amendment, ratified in 1913, gave Congress the power to levy an
It's gotta be
Rockville,
18.
Keating.
18. 16. The 16th Amendment.
That's correct.
Good.
Here's our next 10-point toss-up
Good.
on wordplay. What do the words bratwurst, doorstop, and hair steak,
Richard Montgomery, Deutsch.
Portmanteau.
that's incorrect. What do they have in common? Bratwurst, doorstop, and hair steak.
Yeah, they're
Rockville,
compound words.
That's incorrect. RST and sequential
Oh yes,
order.
I forgot about these.
Here's a 2-pointer on pop music. Lori Blue Atkins is the middle and last names of what female vocalist who won 6 Grammys Awards this year?
Rockville,
Adele.
Berrigan.
Adele.
That's correct. And to finish off our 10-point round, here's a question on Maryland history. Under the Articles of Confederation,
Richard
Yeah.
Montgomery, Gillespie.
Yeah. Hanson.
that's incorrect. Under the Articles of Confederation, the United States Capitol was located in Philadelphia, Princeton, Trenton, New York City, and which Maryland town? Rockville, can you take it?
Rockville, Keating.
Annapolis.
Annapolis, that's correct. That completes the second round of our game, which brings us to the halftime and a chance to meet our contestants. Let's go ahead and start with Richard Montgomery. Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel Gillespie. I'm a 17-year-old senior, and thanks to the rest of our teammates, besides the ones that are beside me, but those who helped us train and prepare us for this competition.
And Captain Samantha.
Hi, I'm Samantha Reback. I'm a 17-year-old senior. I would like to thank our coach, Shelly Reback, and our faculty sponsor, Mr. Edelstein.
Sam.
I'm Sam Deutsch. I'm a 16-year-old junior, and I'd like to thank our teammate Jonathan Marks, who couldn't make it today.
And Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh Weaver. I'm a 17-year-old junior, and I'd like to thank our administration for all the wonderful things they've done.
That's awesome. Now let's go over to Rockville. Let's start with Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron Weersingha. I'm a 16-year-old junior, and I'd like to thank our friends and family for supporting us.
That's awesome. Captain Thomas.
Hi, I'm Thomas Keating, 17-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank our 2 wonderful coaches and the team from last year. They're influential in making me the player I am.
That's awesome. Let's go over to Spees.
Hello, my name is Jacob Spees. I'm a 16-year-old junior, and I'd like to thank the rest of our team for practicing with us to help us prepare.
And Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack Berrigan. I'm a 15-year-old sophomore, and I'd like to thank the staff of the TV studio.
That's awesome. I also like to thank you all for being here today. I'd like to thank the student crew from Rockville High School who work under the direction of Michael Bailey to make all of the broadcasts possible, and also our producer, Jacqueline Streets, and our associate producer, Tim Hibbert. Thank you all. Now let's take a short break to hear some messages from MCPS TV, and then we'll be back with more Quizmaster Challenge. Welcome back to Quizmaster Challenge. As we move toward our second half of our game, let's take a quick moment to check our score. Currently, Richard Montgomery leading the way with 200 points, Rockville right behind with 180. We now move to our next 15-point toss-up round. Same rules as last toss-up, except now correct answers are worth 15 points. All right, players, hands on buzzers, let's begin. For 15 points, here's our toss-up question on U.S. presidents. Which president had to contend with Iran-Contra affair?
Richard Montgomery, Gillespie.
Carter.
Carter.
That's incorrect. Rockville, can you take it?
Is that it?
Is that it?
Is that it?
Can you take it?
Reagan.
That's correct.
Really, guys?
Next, for 15 points, here's a question on entertainment. What American filmmaker died in 1999, 2 years before the setting of 2001?
Richard Montgomery, Deutsch.
Kubrick.
Kubrick, that's correct. Players, look at your monitors for a 15-point visual question on U.S. history.
Richard Montgomery, Deutsch.
A Gadsden Purchase.
That's correct. Question number 4, for 15 points, here's a selected response chemistry question. Listen to these elements: nitrogen, argon, selenium. Which of these is a noble?
Rockville, Spies.
Argon.
That's correct. Question 5. Our next 15-point toss-up deals with world history. Who are the two monarchs who married in 14?
Richard Montgomery,
No,
Gillespie.
Isabella and
Ferdinand.
no, Ferdinand and Isabella.
That's correct. Check your monitors, players, for this 15-point visual.
Richard Montgomery, Reback.
Osama bin Laden.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Good buzz.
Question 7. Now let's continue with a 15-point technology question. What computer virus was discovered in 1991?
Rockville, Keating.
Trojan virus?
That's incorrect.
Hmm.
In 1991 in Australia, which caused people to change the dates on their computers to avoid using them on March 6th, the birthday of the Renaissance artist for which the virus was named, and the date on which the virus would affect operating systems.
Richard Montgomery, Reback.
Michelangelo.
That's correct. Here's a 15-point question on U.S. government. What history technological change took place for the first time on the floor of the House of Representatives on March 19th, 1979, an event which enhanced the operation of C-SPAN?
Rockville, Keating.
TV recording. Like,
Judges? It's incorrect. RM?
Live
Richard Montgomery,
broadcast.
Deutsch.
Yes, sir.
Live broadcast.
Judges? Correct. Live TV broadcast is what we're looking for there. Question 9. Back to the monitors for a 15-point matching question on state
Richard
nicknames.
Montgomery, Gillespie.
New Hampshire is the Granite State. Idaho is the Treasure State. Montana is the Diamond State. Delaware is the Gem State.
That's incorrect.
Okay.
Rockville?
New Hampshire's the
Rockville
Granite
State.
State.
Yes, Montana is the Diamond State.
Montana's the treasure.
Okay. New Hampshire is the Granite State. Montana's the Treasure State. Delaware is the Gem State, and Idaho is the Diamond State.
That's incorrect. Montana, Treasure State. Delaware, Diamond State.
Oh.
Idaho, Gem State. New Hampshire, Granite State. Next question. Question 10. Here's a 15-point question on science. Who developed his genetic inheritance theory?
Rockville, Spies.
Mendel.
That's correct. Question 11. Here's a 15-point selective response question on sports. What is the only year since the NCAA has seeded teams for its tournament that all 4 #1 seeds played in the Final Four? A year in which the Kansas Jayhawks won the championship.
Richard Montgomery, Gillespie.
2010.
It's incorrect. Rockville, can you take it?
Rockville, Keating.
2009.
That's incorrect. 2008 is the correct answer. Question 12. We wrap up the third round with this 15-pointer on television. In 1980, an episode of the TV drama Dallas aired, which is still the highest rated non-series finale episode, in which it was revealed who shot.
Montgomery, Gillespie.
Do you have any idea? What do you say? it?
Who shot Mr. Burns?
Mr. Burns?
Yeah.
That's incorrect. Which it was revealed who shot what lead character played by Larry Hagman.
Who knows that? No one knows that.
Rockville, Keating.
It'd be Johnson.
That's incorrect. J.R. Ewing, a little bit before you guys' time, but definitely J.R.
Because there's a
And
whole
that
big
ends our
series
toss-up
like
round.
Who
We're
Shot
now
Mr.
moving to our
Burns.
bonus round. Let's take a quick moment to check our score. Richard Montgomery leading the way, 290 points. Rockville High School, 225. It's now time for the bonus round. I'll read up to 10 toss-up questions worth 15 points apiece. The team with the correct answer will have an opportunity at 20, 25, even 30 bonus points. Our first 15-point toss-up is on grammar. It will give you the opportunity at a 30-point bonus on the year 1939. Here's the toss-up. What part of speech is a word which is a connector between words?
Rockville, Spies.
Oh, a connector between words. Conjunction? Conjunction?
That's correct. Here's your bonus for
Thank
10
you.
points each and 30 points for all three. Answer this bonus on the year 1939. First, what man who retired from baseball on June 21st, 1939 due to an illness he later
Garrick.
died from, was honored at Yankee Stadium 2 weeks
Garrick.
later on July 4th.
Garrick.
Garrick, you can jump in there. That's correct. Next, what is the name of the now classic and still produced toy introduced in 1939 that consists of a plastic viewer and paper disc that allowed children to see 3D images?
Viewfinder.
That's incorrect. Viewmaster.
sorry.
And finally, what is the dairy company whose trademark Cow Elsie was represented by a live bovine at the 1939 World's Fair in New York?
Dairy.
California.
I don't know.
Borden. Borden.
Oh, God.
Question 2. Both teams back in. We're playing now for a 20-point bonus on literature. But first, 15-point visual toss-up on wordplay. Look at your monitor. Antiviral co-ed. That may or may not be the individual that you get when you rearrange these letters to reveal the highest ranked student.
Rockville, Keating.
Yeah. Valedictorian.
That's correct. For 10 points each, 20 for both. Answer these questions on literature. First, who wrote The Red Badge of Courage?
Crane.
Crane. Stephen Crane. Crane.
Crane, that's correct. Next, what war does it portray?
Yes. Yeah. Civil War.
That's correct. Both teams back in. Question 3. Here's your next 15-point toss-up on composers to earn a 25-point bonus on celestial bodies. Which Italian composer wrote Madame Butterfly?
Richard Montgomery, Deutsch.
Puccini.
That's correct. For 25 points, answer these 5-point questions on celestial bodies. First, what is the planet that was first visited by Mariner 10, named by the Romans after a messenger god because it was the fastest moving planet in the sky?
Mercury.
That's correct. Second, what natural satellite of Jupiter, which is bigger than Mercury, is the largest
Me.
moon in the solar system?
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. Ganymede.
That's correct. Third, what is the smallest dwarf planet that has been identified and the only one located in the asteroid belt?
Oh, yes. Ceres.
That's correct. Fourth, what is the region of the solar system, not to be confused with the asteroid belt, that contains many
Kuiper belt?
frozen volatiles
Kuiper
and
belt?
3 dwarf planets, including Pluto?
Yeah, Kuiper Belt.
Yeah, I think it is.
Not
Kuiper belt.
That's correct. And finally, what is the type of star that remains after a gravitational collapse of a massive star, appropriately named for its subatomic makeup?
Neutron star.
Neutron star.
Yep. Go for it.
Neutron star.
That's correct as well. Both teams back in. We have 30-point bonus on U.S. history. Here's a 15-point toss-up on technology. What was the first high-level programming language created by John Backus?
Rockville, Keating.
C++.
C plus C. No C.
That's incorrect. First high-level programming language created by John Backus at IBM from 1954 to 1957.
Richard Montgomery, Reba.
C++.
No.
Basic.
Sure. Yeah. Basic.
Basic.
That's incorrect. Fortran. Fortran was even before that.
Yeah.
Question 5, both teams back in. Once again, 30 points. It's up for grabs. On U.S. government, with a correct response to this 15-point toss-up on 8-letter words. What 8-letter word is a noun meaning a strong or habitual liking or tendency?
Rockville, Keating.
Or tendency.
Addiction.
Addiction. That's 9. Addiction.
Margaret? That's incorrect.
Yeah.
Or habitual liking or
Sorry.
tendency to do something.
Richard Montgomery, Beaver.
Affinity.
Affinity.
That's incorrect. Pincant is what we're looking for there.
Oh,
Pen.
Uh,
oh.
6, both teams back in. Here's a 15-point toss-up on astronomy, which will lead to a 20-point visual bonus on landmarks. What is the term used to describe the moon when it is? That whistle is our 2-minute warning. I'll read the question again,
Sorry.
and players
It's
can buzz it
Rockville,
again.
Keating.
Oh.
We.
Keating,
Waxing.
that's incorrect. What is the term used to
Sorry.
describe the
It's scary
moon
as shit.
when it is decreasing in size?
Richard Montgomery, Deutsch.
Waning.
That's correct. Let's go to the monitor one last time. Here's a 20-point 2-part question on landmarks. First, what is the name of this fountain located in Rome, Italy, which has been a setting in many movies, including 3 coins in a fountain?
Yeah, definitely.
The title referring to the custom of throwing coins to ensure your return to the city someday.
Trevi.
Trevi Fountain.
That's correct. And for another chance at 10 points, the central figure in the fountain is what Roman god of the sea and water, counterpart to the Greek god Poseidon, flanked by Tritons?
Neptune. All good. Neptune.
That's correct. Both teams back in. Here's a 15-point toss-up on genetics, which will earn you a chance at 25 bonus points on Shakespeare. What term is used for an alternative member of gene pair located on a specific position on a specific chromosome?
Richard Montgomery, feedback.
Sure.
Allele.
That's correct. Now answer these 5 questions by identifying the Shakespeare play by the list of characters. First, Don Pedro, Claudio, Beatrice.
Much Ado About Nothing.
Correct. Second, Desmona, Cassio.
Othello.
That's correct.
Well, thank you.
John of Gaunt, Henry, Bolingbroke, Thomas, Mowbray, Edmund of Langley.
We're in the 4th. Let's go with that.
Henry the Fourth, Part 1.
That's it. Richard II. Rosalind, Touchstone, Celia, Orlando.
As You Like It.
That's correct. Finally, Macduff, Duncan.
Macbeth.
That's correct.
There's no need to rush.
Both teams back in now. We have a 30-point bonus on marine biology if you answer this 15-pointer on women in business. In 1963, Mary Kay Ash founded a company based on the principle of women helping other women to succeed, and top performers were rewarded with pink Cadillacs. That whistle means the end of our game. We'll check our scores and announce our winning teams in just a moment. We also like to thank our sponsors for Quizmaster Challenge, Fresh Pizza in Wintergreen Plaza, where they use all natural and organic ingredients in their foods and provide pizza for the teams and their crews here at Quizmaster Challenge. Also, Gladiator Trophies, serving the Washington, D.C. area for nearly 40 years, rewarding life's victories since 1976. And we'll be right back after our judges check and verify our scores with more Quizmaster Challenge.
When you can't do it all, do what you can. Caring for others. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back. And our judges have checked our scores, and our winner for today is Richard Montgomery High School with 400 points over Rockville with 285. Congratulations to Richard Montgomery, the team of Sam, Samantha, Daniel, and Josh, who will return in a few weeks to compete in a quarterfinal match against the winner of next week's playoffs, which is between Gaithersburg and Clarksburg. Hope you'll join us then. Until next time, this is your Quizmaster Joel Vitamin saying goodbye, and we'll see you again on Quizmaster Challenge.